As a grand rising to all my investors and stuff out there, man, thank y'all for tapping into another Monday of that entrepreneurial conversations that we have today. This is officially episode number 6, and today for our toolbox topic that we're gonna be talking about today is turning your creativity into a profit. So to all my new entrepreneurs out here, man, this is your chance to be able to capitalize, make it a way, a better chance for you to be able to capitalize on your ideas and what have you. But other than that, man, I know, guys, this been a long 2 weeks that we haven't had an entrepreneurial conversation, just getting back from family vacation, take care of some business and what have you. So thank y'all to my subscribers for continue to be with me and what have you, subscribe with me and what have you. So I'm glad that y'all still stuck around with me. And sometimes it's going to be some Mondays may be I may have missed and what have you. In future months and what have you, but at the same time, I definitely going to come back and give you great conversation and what have you. So life do be lifing and what have you. So I got vacations and trips and different things I need to take care of, and invest. Definitely trying to. It's been a long haul with just trying to rebrand the Invest, what have you. That's our streetwear or motivational streetwear side of the business. So that's why it's important for y'all go to investflagship.com and sign up on our email list so you'll be notified when the new site is launched and what have you. So trying to get this rebranding going. And when you are the only person of your business, what have you, it makes it hard for you to get a lot of things done in one day or within a week and what have you. So it's a very timely thing, and I want to make sure everything goes according to plan and what have you. But other than that, guys, you know what time it is. If you are watching this playback of the show on our YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you can be notified when new episode drop, and definitely hit on that like button so the algorithm will know this is a real show. And also make your way over to our Spotify channel, not our Spotify. If you are listening to this playback on our Spotify channel and what have you, definitely hit that follow button so you can be notified when a new episode drop on Spotify and what have you. And definitely, if you definitely make your way over to investflagship.com. Sign up on our email list. Once again, make your way over to investflagship.com and sign up on our emailing list so you can be notified when a new site drop. Because once you sign up on our list, on our emailing list, you will be part of the Invest team. So you'll be notified when anything happens within the Invest brand, what have you. So definitely, we want you to join our community. Definitely sign up on the emailing list. Please do that and what have you. But other than that, man, you know what time it is, man. It's that segment, guys, that we call the Spotlight News. So today for our Spotlight News, once again, it comes from Entrepreneurial.com. This is straight off the Instagram page and what have you. It's an article. It's an article, but I'm just gonna read the caption of the post. And it talks about Amazon. So basically, I'm gonna sum it up. It talks about Amazon making it easier now. They're making a major change, which is due to their packaging. So I guess they found an easier way to be able to package their things that they are shipping out to customers and what have you. So it's making it a lot faster for them, and it's saving them a lot of space to where they can ship out more product. So the changes that they are made, that they have made is, let me read this post of what it says. It said Amazon is opting for paper over plastic after finding it's better for employees' morale in the environment, right? Kristen Garcia's an associate at an Amazon fulfillment center in Bakersfield, California, said in a Thursday Amazon press release that paper is not only easier to work with as a shipping material, but also gives us more space, so it's easier to pack orders. So let me stop right there. before I go on, right? And that's something that's very important. If you can find an easier way for you to be able to ship your products out and save you space, and where you can get more orders out on one shipment and what have you, that's something that you need to look into, especially with my new entrepreneurs out here, right? Or my existing entrepreneurs, right? If this is you and you having problem shipping things out and you have to ship things out within 2 or 3 other shipments, rather than you being able to maximize on the space by just switching up your packaging, maybe you need to think about this, right? To my new entrepreneurs coming in the field of entrepreneurship, this is something that you should be thinking about when you creating the way you're going to ship your product out, right? Because at the end of the day, this is something that's going to be important, right? If you can maximize on the space that you can use when you're shipping out your product, and you get more product shipped out within that one shipment, it's going to help you even much better, right? You're going to have a lot more orders go out in efficient time and what have you. So let me go on to finish reading this. To ease of use is part of the reason why Amazon has decided to replace plastic air pillows with 100% recycled paper filled for all deliveries packages shipped in North America by the end of the year, right? Amazon announced the decision on Thursday and added that it has already swapped out 95% of packaging in its deliveries on the continent so far. So it seemed like they already have made the change to swap out and use a new way of shipping out, using a new way of packaging materials and what have you, so they can be able to ship out even faster, more space and what have you. So this is something that they must have been really looking into and what have you. And when I read one of the comments in the comment section, because there's only really like 2 people that commented on this post, right? One person say it only took years and years of endless complaining for them to finally make the change. So this must have been something that some customers were bothered by, how they received their package and what have you. Maybe it was difficult for them to open up the packages, that the material that Amazon used to use and what have you. And we all know, we all order from Amazon. You get that big bulky box and what have you, and it might be something that's small. It's not even nothing that's big inside it, but it's just a big bulky box. Then that's another thing you have to break down, because if you're a person that orders nothing but Amazon, like 4 or 5 times a week, three or 4 times a week is a lot, because now you, depending on how many packages that you order from Amazon within that week and what have you, you might have a lot of boxes in your garage, wherever you put your Amazon boxes at, just piling up and what have you. And sometimes we had that issue where I had to break them down and throw them in our recycle bin and what have you, because it adds up quickly, especially if you order in Amazon. So this is probably a good thing for you to really look into if you are struggling finding an easy way of trying to ship out your products, and you trying to maximize on your space when you're shipping out. You want to lower your costs to where you're not have to send out shipments with them. You have to break it up within 2 to 3 other shipments, if you can easily break it down to one by maximizing, changing the material that you use far as your packaging and what have you, because it's something, especially you want to make sure when your customer does receive their package from you, their goods from you and what have you, you want to make sure it's something that's very easy for them to be able to get into, because we all done bought from different places, right? Then you get that package and it's hard to even get it open and what have you, so you have to go grab you a knife, grab you something, or some scissors just to cut it open and what have you, because at the end of the day you want to be able to just open it with ease, especially like Fashion Nova. Fashion Nova had it to where now they don't even use it no more, where they had like the little zip they had the plastic bags with the little plastic zip where you can just slide it across the top, to open it and close it. I don't even think they didn't even use those no more. They just now use, just now it comes, it's like just a little thin package, right? Coming to within a thin package where it's tape closed. It's not tape closed. It has that just like you're using the mailers and what have you, had to rip the little tape part off, then close it like that, and seal it so no one can open it and what have you. Only way you can open it is tear it open. So now that's the type of packaging that Fashion Nova using, and I really miss. I wish they would go back to using the ones with the plastic where you can use the where you can slide the little plastic piece across the top to open it or close it. I wish they'd go back with that, because the ones that I had from the past, I still save them and use them when I go on vacation, put my clothes in and what have you, right? So it's important for you to find different ways, right, to send out your shipments, because you want to make sure it's an experience for your customers when they receive your product. You don't want it to be something that it become a hassle to them, because especially if it takes you long for your shipping process and somebody finally gets your product, last thing they want to worry about is struggling open up their package and what have you. So you want to make it something of an experience, something they definitely would enjoy, make them want to come and order more product from you, because it's easy once they get your product to their location, what have you, and they receive it. It's something of an experience for them, and they really enjoy it, and it's easy. But other than that, man, you can go to Entrepreneur website, Instagram page or website. You can find this article about Amazon talking about making a major change to their packaging, the way they ship their product and what have you, making it easier for the workers and what have you. So it's very important to understand that if you are an entrepreneur, like I said, a consistent one, and you have workers, you want to make sure it's something that's easy and it's not something that's going to be hard, and you make it a job where it's difficult and what have you. And if you are a new entrepreneur, remember this would be a good time for you to make sure you create a system that's going to be very effective when you're shipping out orders, and is something that you could be able to maximize the space, and you can save the cost of you have to send out 2 or 3 shipments just to get an order out and what have you. But other than that, guys, man, that is the segment we call Spotlight News. I know it was a lot longer than what it usually is. I try to keep it within like at least by a good 3 to 4 minutes, but I know I ran long about it and what have you. But other than that, guys, you know what time it is, man. Well, I'm gonna take this quick commercial break, and I'll be right back with that segment called Quote Me on That, where I read you a quote and I'll explain to you what the quote means. But other than that, man, make sure y'all tap back in to the entrepreneurial conversation, guys. Yep. Welcome back to the entrepreneurial conversation, man. Thank you for tapping back in to the conversation. Like I said, today, about topic we're going to be talking about today is turning creativity into profit and what have you. So it's very important to understand that, because new entrepreneurs, this is your chance to capitalize off of your ideas. Definitely want to do that. But it's time for that segment we call Quote Me on That, where I read you a quote and I explain to you what the quote means. So today, quote for all my go-getters out there, my entrepreneurs out there, people betting on themselves, chasing their dreams, their goals, and what have you. Because guess what? You want to become a successful entrepreneur in the field of entrepreneurship. But today, quote is, make your progress the measuring stick to your own success. So let me read that quote one more time, just in case you didn't understand it or you didn't hear what I said. Today, quote is, make your progress the measuring stick to your own success. So basically what the quote mean is, a lot of times, right, we look at everybody else's progress that they made, right? And we use that as a measuring stick. But everybody make progress in their own way, right? Your work ethic may be different than the next person's work ethic. You don't know if a person got help to be able to make the progress that they made and what have you. You don't know what a person did and what have you. Only thing you can worry about and focus on is your own progress. You don't want to take somebody else's progress and use it as a measuring stick, because guess what? If you are working on your goal, accomplishing your goals, working on creating a goal, capitalizing on the goal and what have you, conquering the goal, however you want to put it, right? You cannot use somebody else's success as a measuring stick, because guess what? If you fall short of that person progress and what have you, guess what? You're going to view the progress that you made that may have been actually good progress that you made that's fitting to your goal. You're not going to see it as such, right? You're going to look at it as you failed. You're going to look at it as like you didn't make any progress, which would be telling yourself a lie, because the progress that you did make actually works for you, right? Actually got you a step closer to accomplishing your goals, right? So you only can focus on your own success rather than trying to focus on somebody else's progress, somebody else's success, and what have you, because we all are successful in our own way. So as an entrepreneur, only focus on your progress, focus on your success. There's nothing wrong with commending somebody for their success, congratulating somebody for their success, or taking advice from somebody that is successful, that are a successful entrepreneur. There's nothing wrong with it, but don't use their success as your measuring stick and what have you. Only use your progress, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, only use your progress, yours only. But other than that, guys, man, that is the segment for today. Quote me on that. And you know what time it is, man. It's that segment that we call the toolbox topic, what have you. And this is officially episode number 6 of the Entrepreneurial Conversation. So today, like I said, toolbox topic is turning your creativity into profit and what have you. Because this is something that's very important to understand. Because if you are a very creative person, which we all are in our own creative ways, right? But it's just a handful of us that know how to tap into our creativity, like I said so many other times, right? So this is something that's very important, especially when you coming into the field of entrepreneurship, right? You want to be an entrepreneur that's creative. If you're not creative, you want to find somebody that can help you that is creative. But this is talking about specifically about your creativity that you can turn into a profit. Because the thing about it is, right, if you have innovating ideas, right, you want to be able to maximize on that to where you can capitalize on the ideas that you do have. And a lot of times, man, you have entrepreneurs who are very talented, who are creative, and what have you, right? Have great ideas. But the problem is a lot of entrepreneurs doesn't have the direction, right? The direction where they need to go to be able to capitalize on the ideas, to turn their creativity into profit. They don't have the structure. They don't have the resources. They don't have what they need to be able to guide them in the right direction where they need to go, right? And today this is a couple things that I do have that possibly, hopefully, that can help you, right? You know, if it's something that you feel like, okay, I already know, this is not really going to help me and what have you, you know, I like to apologize, right? But other than that, this is for those out there that are looking for some type of ideas, advice, looking for something that can get them jump started and what have you, to be able to turn their creativity into a profit, what have you, right? So the first thing that's on the list is leveraging your skills and your talents, right? So you got to understand, man, what can you do to set you apart from your competition, right? Because a lot of times, right, when you have an entrepreneur that is very creative, right? They have geniuses. They have ideas that no one else have, right? That can set them apart within the field that they're going into, right? A lot of times they don't know how or don't know where to begin at with leveraging their skills and what have you. And the way you can leverage your skills and your talents is if you are a person that's very creative, right? You can get with somebody or get with a company or get with another entrepreneur out here and help them develop their business off of your creativity, right? Or you can create designs for a brand that's looking for a designer and what have you, right? It's different things, different ways that you could do to leverage your skills, leverage your talents, right? That in itself is you creating a business for yourself, right? You are an entrepreneur that creates designs for different brands and what have you. Or you a person that may be a creative consultant, right? You showing others how to be creative, how to tap into their creativity. So it's different things that you can do to leveraging your talents, right? Or it can be something where you can showcase your creativity to the point where you might want people want to buy what you have to offer as an entrepreneur or what have you, depending on what type of business that you have created around your creativity, right? So it's very important to understand your skills, your strengths, whatever you have strength in, right? That you are strong in, right? That's something that's you can lean towards. That's going to help you go a long way, right? And when you are leveraging your skills and your talents or what have you, right? And you want to create a business, right? You want to make sure that it's something that people are looking for. Customers are needing is something within that field that is missing that you can offer, that you can create and what have you, right? So you don't want to create a business that's already been done. You don't want to create. Now let me take that back. Even though you create a business and it's within the field that may be other 10, 12 other business doing the same thing, you want to create something that is missing, right? You don't want to get caught into, see, a lot of times people get caught into looking at what other creative entrepreneurs are doing, right? So they take that and try to run with it. They try to duplicate it and what have you, and it doesn't work out for them, right? Only thing that's going to work out for you is you tapping into your own creativity, right? Because you don't understand the backstory. See, a person that who is creative and what have you, right? You're the only one can understand your creativity. You're the only one know why you created this. You know the story behind this, right? And when you are trying to duplicate and try to emulate somebody else's creativity, you don't have no type of relationship with that creativity. That idea that has been produced and what have you. You do not have a personal relationship with that. So you would not be able to move that idea along. You would not be able to leverage that idea and what have you, because you don't understand the creative message behind that and what have you, right? So you cannot leverage somebody else's skills and talents but your own. So you always want to remember that, right? Like I said, you can create a business that offer business ideas to other entrepreneurs that want to create a business or what have you, right? Like you said, you have other brands out here. You may be able to leverage your talents of being able to come up with different designs, ideas to help them along and what have you, right? So number two is identifying your niche market and what have you in the trends, right? So this is something that's going to help you along the way to be able to capitalize on your creativity, right? If you can find a market that needs your creativity, if you can catch a trend that you can create multiple ideas from and what have you, you would definitely be able to set yourself up for wins all day long, right? And sometimes that's gonna take you really sitting down and staying focused and honing in like, okay, what niche market can my creativity be effective in? What niche market needs my creativity, right? What trend that I can capitalize on? I have multiple ideas that I create. What trend really needs it? What can I capitalize? What trend can I capitalize on, and what have you? And this can be a good way to build up your customer base through finding a niche market and you jumping on a trend. And from that trend on, you are creating multiple ideas, right? And from that point, you are building your customer base up, because if people are like within that niche market, it's liking your ideas and what you are creating and what you are coming up with and what have you, right? You're going to be able to you're going to be able to gain customers. You're going to be able to gain people within your community, right? Because people are liking what you have to offer and what have you. So that's something that's very important to understand, man. Because if you can stay ahead of the curve and what have you, is when you stay ahead of the curve, it's like you stand two to three steps ahead, right? So you always gonna be right there. You always gonna have that fresh idea. You always gonna be ahead of the next trend because you already there. But sometimes you might be too far ahead to where people are not there yet. People are not ready for that yet. So if you can just stay ahead of that curve and you right there where people is looking for the next best thing, and you can continue to innovate through your creativity, you're gonna be able to win all day long, right? And as an entrepreneur, that's something that you want. You want to be able to look towards longevity, because if you can create and you able to be a creative and innovating and what have you, that's gonna help you with longevity as an entrepreneur and what have you. So that's very important, right? Number three on the list is creating a strong brand identity, right? And when you are creating a strong brand identity, this is something that people, when people see your brand, they know what it is. They know what it stands for, right? It's going to be something that's going to stand out. That's going to be able to attract the customers, right? The right target market that you are trying to attract and what have you, right? So when people see your name or see a logo that's attached to you, they're going to understand what that is, right? They're going to understand the message and the story behind it. And that's something that's very important to understand. So when you are, as an entrepreneur, you are creating your logo, you want to make sure you create a story that's going to resonate with your customer, right? Whoever, whatever target market you are trying to target and you trying to gain as customers, right? You want to make sure all the way down from your scheme, your color schemes, to your logo and what have you, you want to make sure you have a strong brand identity, because people can identify with it and people know your story and people can resonate with it and what have you. Man, just look at Nike. Nike doesn't have to put the word Nike on their product. All they have to do is put that logo that looks like a check mark, right? What they call it, Nike swoosh and what have you. All they have to do is put that logo look like a check mark. And we're gonna just call it like that. That logo that look like a check mark, right? And people know who that is. People know that's Nike. That's how strong of a brand identity that they have. People know their story. People know what Nike is. They know what Nike stands for, right? When you get to a point to where you don't have to physically put your name on your product, all you have to do is put your logo on there and people know who you are, know what it is, know who's behind the designs and what have you. You know you are winning as an entrepreneur, because that's something that you want to get to, right? You want to get to where Nike is, right? You want to get to where a point where people already know who you are, because now it sets you apart from any of your competition that's within that market that you are in as an entrepreneur, right? So that's something that's very important, right? Especially you want to give your customer experience to understand, right? The understanding behind your creativity and the vision that is applied to your brand and what have you, right? So that's something that's very important to understand, right? Number 4 on the list, we're gonna be talking about is collaborating with others who are creative and what have you. So that's very important to understand, man. When you get a chance to collaborate with other entrepreneurs who are creative and what have you, who can innovate just like you, who has creativity that's out of this world and what have you, that can create multiple ideas. This is a chance for you to be able to tap into a whole nother wide range of a pool of other ideas and resources that you can gain, right? That may help you to be able to take you to the next level of creativity and what have you, right? And this also can be another chance for you to be able to tap into a whole different market of people, right? Other market of people that didn't even know about you, but at the same time is looking for something new and what have you. But since you collaborated with another entrepreneur who is creative just like yourself, they have a large following, right? They have other people that comes to their site and buy from them because they really love what they have to offer. Now, if you collaborate with that person and they see your creativity, they see your ideas, right? This may be a chance for you to be able to gain 4 or 5 different customers, right? New customers at that, right? So you never know within collaborating the opportunities that may come arise, right? Just by you by you just collaborating with other entrepreneurs, right? This is another way for you to create something that may be big, something that may be special, something that may be so innovating where people are going crazy over it. People are just loving it. Wherever you have the offer and what have you. So this is a chance for you to be able to, like I said, tap into another pool of ideas and resources. Just like you see where you may have rappers, they may collaborate and do a shoe with a shoe company, right? Might just do a one time project with a shoe company, right? Collaborate with it. Like you see, I think Jay-Z collaborated with a shoe company. I think Dame Dash was a Rockefeller, collaborated with a shoe company and what have you. So you have different people out here who are famous that collaborate. So it's different things that you can do, right? To set yourself up to be able to win just off your creativity, right? You know, capitalizing on your ideas. And that's something that's very important to do. People creating partnerships with each other just to create something big just for that one time so they can be able to it may lead them to gaining a new audience or gaining more people within a community, gaining new customers or what have you, because this is an opportunity, right? This is an opportunity to create and collab with other creative professionals that's within your market, what you doing and what have you, right? So that's something that's very important, something for you to think about. And those are some things, right? Those just 4 things. Is other things out there that's possibly can help you. So if these 4 things are something that you feel like, okay, it's cool, but I don't think it's going to help me, or I tried these things already, and it still hasn't worked for me, still hasn't resonated, and what have you. Hopefully, you can find something that's going to work for you. But if this does work for you, if this is something that you need, I'm glad to have been able to help you. And that's what it's all about, man. When you get in the field of entrepreneur, you want to get around other entrepreneurs who are successful, who are winning, right? That can show you, that can help you, give you advice, that can mentor you, guide you in the right direction, what have you, right? They may be able to help you find a way or give you a direction to be able to leverage your skills and your talents. May be able to help you identify the niche in the trends that you may need and what have you, right? May be able to help you create a strong brand identity, or point you in a direction where you can collaborate with other new entrepreneurs that they may know that are creative and what have you. So that's why it's so important for you to be able to tap into, as an entrepreneur. You want to be able to tap into entrepreneurship in a way where it's going to help you in the long run, because it's all about having longevity as an entrepreneur. Set yourself up for success, and that's one of the main things when it comes to being an entrepreneur and what have you. So thank you guys, man, for tapping into another episode of that entrepreneurial conversation that we have today and what have you. So looking forward to next Monday, was that it's going to be officially episode number 7. So we're going to continue to rock these shows out. We're going to continue to conversate. We're going to continue to help each other out as new entrepreneurs. We're going to continue to push forward, because, man, 2024 and beyond, man, this is your time to create something big for the people within your circle. And also, like the spotlight news we talked about, if you are a new entrepreneur, existing, what have you, look over the way you ship your stuff out. If it's an easier way, if you can come up with an easier way that's going to help you out, you're going to be able to benefit from, where you can save yourself a lot of room. You can maximize on shipping out more product and what have you. Make that move. Look at what you got already, right? Definitely, if you can change it up, that you find to where you can change it up, that can help you a lot. It can be beneficial to you, beneficial to your workers. If you're at that point of having people ship your stuff out, it can be beneficial to your customer when they receive your product and what have you. But other than that, guys, man, thank y'all for tapping into the entrepreneurial conversation, man. But I holler at y'all next Monday. Yup.